The final presidential debate 2020 just took place. And at your boy Dame's World, we finna do a break down those debates. These niggas be up there talking reckless, giving misinformation, seldom using facts, finger pointing, ad hominem, shit talking for an hour and a half. So I think it's only right we break down what the fuck these niggas was even saying to garner your vote. But before we get into that, I gotta talk about your vote. Black, white, brown, yellow, whoever the fuck you are. The mantra's been going on, lesser of two evils. This is what all of you've been saying, especially on the left. The black folks and the brown folks on the left, lesser of two evils is their narrative. This is what I have to tell you. Just because someone's less evil doesn't mean they're not evil. So when you say lesser of two evils, that doesn't make your choice of which of those evils you pick better. Your conscience is still choosing for something that is evil. My conscience, once it deducts something as evil, it won't fuck with it. That's just my conscience. That's my vibe. That's my essence. That's my spirit. I will not be coerced by a system to vote for something that's evil because they told me so. That's the first thing. Stop saying y'all choose Biden or Trump because they're the lesser of two evils. It's your choice to choose something that's evil. You have the option reserved for you to not choose either of them motherfuckers. Right? So that lesser of two evils as your ration to why you're voting for somebody to be a leader is redundant. Idiocracy. Stupid. I'm voting for Biden because he's better than Trump. He's less evil than Trump, yet he's evil. I can't find any reasoning or ration to support Biden other than I don't like Trump. He just has to go. That's not reason for Biden. That's reason against Trump. You have no pro-Biden logic. Most minorities are voting for Joe Biden on the sole premise that they are terrified of Donald Trump. Fear. Scared. As if Donald Trump created white supremacy. Now, I will say this, Donald Trump prompts the white supremacists, the white nationalists to be confident. Again, this ain't pro any, fuck both these niggas out the gate. If you at Dame's World, the first thing you should know is fuck both these niggas out the gate. I don't vote binary like you niggas. The lesser of two evils won't get my vote because that nigga's evil too. And the more of two evils for sure won't get my vote. So don't get that twisted at all. I'm just saying the dependency of the Democratic Party of the black and brown people is so obvious, and it seems like the black and brown people in America have been in a state of sedation to the Democratic Party, though no results have never come from it, other than crumbs, basic necessities barely even getting met. It's a struggle all over the world, all over America for black and brown, and for people in general. So this notion that you need to vote because, or you need to vote for Biden because he's the lesser of the two evils, that's not reasonable enough for my conscience. That's first. Second, you have a weak will. Listen to me right now. I don't give a fuck who I'm talking to. You have a weak will whenever you use these words. I don't have a choice. Dang, what choice do we got? Dang, we don't have a choice. What do you mean I can't pick Biden? I don't have a choice. Shut your weak will having ass up. Think about the choices, nigga. Trump, Biden, Independent, Green Party, no vote. You don't have to vote for what you believe is evil. If y'all niggas keep calling Biden a evil, even though it's a lesser of an evil, why do you figure your conscious nature, if it's vibrant, if it's loving, would choose that? I know why. Because y'all niggas don't have no type of willpower at all. Oh, I don't have a choice. I have to choose him. What else am I going to do? Slave. You a slave to a system of white supremacy. I repeat this shit again. W.E.B. Du Bois said, it's two parties with the same face. Voting politically, voting in the structure of white supremacy will only end in a white supremacist outcome. No, white supremacy don't mean white people are better. Some of y'all are just uninformed to the maximum to where I have to explain everything that I say. It's a construct created that the system is still applying today. Male dominance and white dominance is still prevalent today. Sexism and racism is still prevalent today. And our politicians, Biden, Trump, both show that clearly, clear as day, that they're not for our interests. That's the second thing those are the two most important things that I want to touch on before I touch on the actual debate. Niggas have actually failed for, oh, I'm voting for the lesser of the evil, and you feel good about that. Nigga, you evil. If you kicking it with a nigga who I think is evil, but you not that evil, the fuck that make you? What the fuck that make you, niggas? If you say you don't have a choice in these next couple of days, what does that make your will, your conscience? Y'all the same niggas, again, y'all are the same niggas who didn't understand, couldn't process Kanye's slavery was a choice comment. It's cognitive. Of course he knows the hardships of being enslaved, but mental slavery is a different type of control. I can control the body and the spirit if I can control the mind. So if you think as a slave, I have no choice. Of course, you have no choice at that point. You can't manifest freedom, liberation. So when you say slavery was a choice in the mind, he's talking about you niggas today latched on to the Democratic Party. Y'all have been latched on to the white man back then saying, hey, we have no choice. Revolution doesn't come from niggas who say they have no choice. Captivity comes from niggas who say they have no choice. Do y'all know that? If you've said this year or in any election, we don't have no choice, you need to check your fucking will. Y'all niggas are making me sick. Because y'all niggas are at the lowest state of existence when it comes to willpower when you tell yourself, I have no choice. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you have no choice. See how your will feels. You cursing yourself. That's what it means to curse yourself. What it means to give yourself a positive affirmation is to say, oh, I always have a choice. That entails willpower. You're in the most grimy situation and you're going to exercise an option. Niggas with low will, grimy situation, oh, we don't have no choice. We're going to pick cotton today, tomorrow. For the weak-willed niggas say they don't have a choice. So that's the premise. But we're going to break down this debate anyway, since you niggas are already premeditated on who you guys chose. Most white folks are going to vote Trump. That's just what it is. Most conservative living, higher economic white folks are going to vote Donald Trump. And most low economic minorities are going to vote Biden. We're so binary and we're so divided as a nation that no matter what these niggas said, y'all robots was going to vote Biden the whole time regardless. And some of y'all white robots was going to vote Trump the whole time. Y'all niggas are back and forth with each other right now. This is how America looks. Y'all back and forth with each other right now, and both of y'all are protecting evil faces. I know the white right wing is thinking, oh, Donald Trump's not corrupt. Biden's, how do I know all of y'all's rhetoric? This is what happens when you talk to a nigga out the matrix. I can see all y'all's rhetoric clearly. The Trump followers, the white folks, petitioning, talking about COVID is a hoax, talking about pedophilia, exploiting the Democratic side. I agree with that aspect of of y'all exposing, uncovering the dirt of the Democrats, exposing the false dangers of COVID, exposing the pedophilia. But that doesn't make your side better. That doesn't mean your side doesn't support white nationalism on the right wing. That doesn't mean your side doesn't support laws and legislation historically to disenfranchise my people. So while y'all white people are talking about Biden ain't shit, look at Trump and the Republican Party and the Congress and the Senate, or the Congress full of Republicans that don't entail any type of positive legislation when those Democrats who are sincere do try to push something forward. So the white right is over there adamant about how Biden's dirty right now, exposing the COVID and exposing human sex trafficking, which I'm cool with. Uncover all they filth and dirt over there. While the left is just uncovering they dirt. Oh, well, they're racist and they're doing this. Nigga, y'all are both protecting dirt. And I'm sitting back like, look at these niggas protecting dirt. So everybody's protecting dirt. It's just Biden dirt, Trump dirt. Binary thinkers. When you outside of the binary thought process, you can see the shit clearly for what it is. White people are being programmed to love Trump. They've been programmed to love somebody like Trump. Trump represents white nationalism to the T. Biden represents covert white racism. Meaning, I look, I sound, I appear cool for you. The nigga goes in the camera and tells you this all the time. It's your nation. You guys are the one. But then on the back end, he'll tell you, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Facts. That's a fact. On the back end, he'll tell you integration was like a jungle. My school would be like a jungle. That's a fact. On the back end, the war on drugs, he voted for it. That's a fact. So both of them have shown harm to the communities, to America as a society. I don't give a fuck how much you like Trump as a businessman. You're an entity and an energy and a moral entity. Businessmen don't suit your moral compass. But without me rambling too much outside of the debate for you niggas, because you niggas are crazy. Some of y'all still gonna vote whoever the fuck. It was already predetermined based on how you're wired. They got you wired a certain way to where I know when I talk to certain black people, certain brown people, I know exactly what they're gonna say. I know when I talk to certain white, because I know your programming. Oh, you're a Trump programmer right there. You a Biden. You grew up in the hood. You grew up in the low, disenfranchised. Oh, you taught to think you don't have no choice, and that Democrats are always the way, and Republicans are this evil devil. You finna vote Biden. You ain't even gotta say nothing, nigga. I already know where you going. Ain't it sad that I know where niggas is going? But nonetheless, to the debate. Come on, Damien. Stop segueing and get to the debate. Trump versus Biden. First question was coronavirus. How would you lead the country in coronavirus crisis? Donald Trump, we're already doing it. His answer for everything is, I'm already doing a good job. All this nigga does is brag about himself. Now, when it comes to these questions, I have my own answers. So at this point, I don't choose Biden or Trump, but I will look at what these niggas are saying and see where their logic is behind the questions. So when it came to this, Donald Trump, what are you gonna do? He's basically saying, we closed down the greatest country. 2.2 million people were expected to die. That didn't happen. Mortality is decreasing. And vaccines are coming in weeks. Operation Warp Speed. Take 10 minutes to research Operation Warp Speed. The niggas trying to implement vaccinations unauthorized, untested, in the fastest manner in history in order to quote unquote alleviate COVID, though he said there's no way to cure it. Contradictory, because he said, oh, my son got it, my wife got it, I got it. apparently there's a cure. But now you want vaccines because he's a businessman. $1 billion industry in the vaccination industry. Talking about Johnson & Johnson when Johnson & Johnson has been sued for malpractice many a times, is going to be manufacturing the vaccination in weeks, Operation Warp Speed for the military to come enforce? Don't agree with that. I'm sorry, Trump. Not in agreement with that. I did agree with the it's decreasing and it's not as severe. He said 99% of the people recover, 99.9 young people and 99% period recover. So I think that logic I'm in alignment with. But nigga, Operation Warp Speed, vaccination in weeks? Are you out of your fucking mind? As a citizen, we have no option to, when you enforce this, what is the citizen's response? Can we decline? Militarized inflictions sound crazy to me. Sound like Trump is tripping on COVID right now. And let's see what Biden is saying. What would you have done, Joe Biden? Oh, masks all the time. So mask all the time, everywhere you go, even though it's redundant. Niggas is going to restaurants right now, being told to wear a mask and then taking them off as soon as they sit down in a restaurant. I went to the gym and I had to put the mask on before I went to the gym. Then I took it off and start playing in the gym with everybody no mask. How the fuck are we allowing this situation to cause all of us to have an omission in logic? That's not logic to wear a mask all the time. Some situations don't promote it or provoke it. So that's his solution. Wear a mask all the time and rapid testing. National standards. And then discrediting Trump because he has no plan, while Biden is telling us no plan, but mandates. More masks, more tests. Hasn't that been happening? Rapid testing in America, hasn't that all? You want more testing? That's your solution? More testing? More false positives? That's your solution for COVID? National standards? That means mandates. And y'all choosing one of these niggas. Y'all are choosing one of these niggas. They ain't did nothing but finger point for 65 minutes and tell you that I'm gonna do it better than him. He ain't did it good. He ain't doing good. Vote for me because he ain't doing good. They can tell you vote for me because I got a genius idea. I got a devised plan and strategy that y'all can see that will allow y'all to, that would convince y'all to vote for me. They just have, he ain't shit, so therefore you gotta vote for me. That's all of their arguments in every section. That's the coronavirus section. Let's switch to the other one. Oh, a good point Donald Trump made that citizens need to be aware of is the depression, alcoholism being at a high rate alongside small businesses dying. Those things are substantial in 2020. We've seen depression rise from last year and the year before, and we've seen alcoholism, well, I can't say statistically all around America, but I do know within my proximity, motherfuckers been drinking and turning up more. Suicide, high school kids suicide. So the mental confusion that this situation has brought us may override the possible dangers of COVID. I thought that was a good point by Trump, but yet again, he's still talking about Operation Warp Speed as a solution, and I ain't never with that, nigga. Militarized vaccinations, you got me fucked up. So that's the coronavirus. Essentially, they're pointing fingers at each other and telling you that they're gonna put more sanctions and more regulations on the world with COVID, even though they said 99.9% of people are healthy. Russia and Iran manipulating votes. What would you do? Now, Trump accused Biden of not doing nothing with Russia because he keeps bringing up his son who took $3.5 million from Putin in Russia. I don't know how to validate that. Of course, Biden will deny it. Again, this is another finger pointing method of talking about somebody else's criminal behavior, corruption. if they keep calling each other corrupt, you watching this on the back end, who's less corrupt? Who do I vote for who's less corrupt? Soon as you vote for one of them corrupt niggas, you're corrupt. Soon as you vote for one of them corrupt niggas, you're corrupt, motherfucker. Fact. To me. But, and Trump says, nobody's tougher. This is all Trump does. Says, nobody's helped the black people more. He pumps himself up, and the idiots on the Trump side just agree. Hey, yeah, nobody's helped black people like Donald Trump. What is Biden? Niggas are really dumb on both ends, left or right. You voting, if you're voting, and you think this shit is still something that represents your voice, I'm inclined to believe you not that logical, bruh. You're not that logical on the world around you. This shit is run by multi-billionaire corporations and gangsters. Real shit. Elite mafia gangsters and multi-billionaire corporations. Y'all don't want to hear that shit, though. Y'all think these niggas run shit. How much can they do without Congress approval? Huh? Trump did this. It's not a lot he can do in his position. President is not a big position to make legislative decisions all day. You're the face. It's only certain things you can do without regarding to the Senate or Congress. Okay, what did Biden say he'll do? The country will pay a price. Vague. Nothing specific as what he will do for people manipulating voting. Right? And then he says president didn't do shit. What has he done the last 4 years? So y'all are voting for niggas who argue like kids. Finger pointing. What are you gonna do, Biden? Well, shit. What he do? No, nigga, I didn't ask that. I asked, what are you gonna do? When we vote, why should I? The same thing Charlemagne said. Nigga, I'm not talking about Trump right now. What are you gonna do, bitch? Accused of being unethical. Joe Biden was accused of being unethical for his son in Ukraine, Burisma, being paid. I don't know what this scandal shit is, but a scandal is all around this debate because these niggas is scandalous. It's that simple. China policy. Who's going to crack down on China policy? Donald Trump again. I already do it. I already cracked down. $28 million to the farmers. We taxed China for that. I don't know how substantial that is. I have to fact check that. But to be honest, these niggas are just ad hominem insulting and saying whatever they need to say to get your vote. So for me, I'm not finna even put stock in all the shit that they're saying because I know it's for a political campaign. It's not for the betterment of my system. You niggas are crazy to really think Donald J. Trump is for the people. Joe Sleepy Biden is for the people. Charge 25% of dump steel. So, but even though with the China policy, Donald Trump did say more than Joe Biden. He's talked about his farmers policy, which we can check whether or not it's valid. Then he talked about charging 25% to China policy for dump steel to keeping the steel industry alive in America. So he actually did say something. And Biden says we're going to make China play by the rules. And then this nigga goes to the camera and talks about the families at home. It's your family. It's your struggle that he wants to go. He literally went away from what he was going to do to China's policy. Why? Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, all them niggas have attachments to mainland China and what they do. This whole COVID shit was a coalition with Anthony Fauci and all of these niggas. So Biden is not going to ridicule mainland China. So now he goes in front of your camera with the typical Democratic political emotional appeal. It's you. It's your choice. This is a choice of character. Who are you going to vote for? Me or this guy? And Donald Trump says, nigga, why are you sidetracking China? She asked you. Biden was sidetracking every point, every time. You sideswiped China in order to appeal to our emotions, but you didn't answer the question yet again. other than we're going to make China play by the international rules. And then he mentioned how they didn't want to allow flying into China from America, but we still sent F-2 bombers in there and bombed they shit. You glorified that. Was y'all hearing what this nigga was saying? Why y'all finna go vote for him? You glorifying divide. Come on now. You glorifying bombing shit. You glorifying terrorism. Okay. North Korea nuclear threat. What y'all gonna do about it? That was the next question. What y'all gonna do about North Korea nuclear threat? I did it. Donald Trump already did it. Again, these niggas wasn't saying shit other than name calling for an hour and a half again. Trump pretty much said he already did it. You ain't seen no nuclear attacks. It's under control under my presidency. Biden, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be firm on it. I'm going to make sure, even though him and his Obama campaign didn't ensure anything to North Korea. But again, we're trying to ensure and control their nuclear threats. We're the only people who've actually nuked. The nuclear threat in the country is America. We are convinced that North Korea, as sitting where they sit, is more of a threat than America. And our nukes and our bombs and our constant drones in the world. Nigga, we are the nuclear threat. If you want to stop nuclear threats, you start at home. You start with the American mind state that needs bombing and war. Fourth question, American health care. 20 million Americans Health Care Act. 20 million Americans would lose health care if the Health Care Act was demolished. Trump plans to demolish the Health Care Act. What would you do? Trump said he terminated individual mandate within the Health Care Act, which he says was just terrible. Everybody says it was, they don't give a lot of detail. So we have to go back to research what they're saying and whether or not they're even following through with what they're saying. But they're so vague up there and they're so chastising of the other opponent that they don't clearly state to us what they're doing at any of the times. Biden specifically, he don't never state what he gonna do at all. Trump be stating just a little bit, just a little bit. To be honest, I think Trump was better in this debate than Biden, clearly, honestly, because he was more reserved than he was. He cut off the moderator a gang of times. Shout out to the moderator for being better than the last one. She cut them niggas off more. Like, hold on, you're not finna do that all day. Y'all niggas ain't finna do that all day again. And Trump was a little more reserved in the beginning, and Biden was more on attack in the beginning. Until Biden kept attacking, and then Trump said, you know what, fuck it. We fighting again. We getting petty. We back on this petty shit. Terminated individual mandate, and I will always help pre-existing conditions is what Trump professes. Biden, I'm going to build on Obamacare, so it's going to be called Biden Care, and I'm going to have the public option to qualify without your wherewithal. So if you're homeless and you don't know if you qualify, you're automatically qualified. I give a point to Biden for that. I like that. Honestly, it's a lot of people who are unaware of how they can get health care. So if he did enact something like that, I think that would be a positive, and I'm for universal health care. Unlike you niggas, I'm not, because I picked Trump, I'm on every side of Trump. That's how you niggas work. Anything Trump says is gold, because I'm on this side already. This is how I've chosen. So everything he says doesn't make sense. I'm against it. And some of you niggas, everything Biden says, I'm on it. I like it. And whatever Trump says is bullshit because that's Donald Trump and I've already chosen this side. Y'all niggas are just side hoppers. Y'all don't have cognition to choose for yourself. Me, when Trump said this about COVID, I can see that. That's logical. When Biden said this about healthcare, I can see that. That's logical. Both of you niggas are still evil and sick. You can say things that are logical and be sick still, so I ain't voting for either one of you niggas. But you did say some logic right here. That's how I give it up. Reduce premiums. He keeps saying he's going to reduce premiums, but he never says how. Because you know why? You're going to get taxed. He don't want to tell you that I have to tax you to reduce premiums. He leaves that part out. So reducing premiums sounds good to the masses. Oh, shit. We're covered better. But you're taxed more. So you're covering yourself. Okay. More poverty for blacks and women. Why? Was the next question. Trump's argument, because Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to approve my plan. So he blames Nancy Pelosi. Again, finger pointing. No solution-based answers. Nothing to warrant your vote. Nothing to make you feel confident that when you vote for either one of these niggas, shit finna change. But y'all still gonna go up there and do what y'all do. What did he say? The Heroes Act. Biden professes the Heroes Act to help blacks and women, and it hasn't been enacted, and he says it's been stifled by Senate, I believe, or Congress. But he hasn't said too much in his regards for the black and women. They kind of glossed over the race aspect when it came to this debate. Raising minimum wage. Yes, they deserve it. Joe Biden, Donald Trump says make it a state option, meaning relative to the state, in which I don't think is such a terrible idea because our economy varies depending on which state you're in. You know what I'm saying? $15 may still not be enough depending on where you're at. Like if you're in California, so maybe 15, raising it to 15 is not even good enough for Cali, or 15 in a state of a cheap economy all around. Maybe even I will never say it's too much, but it may be over indulgent in comparison to another state. So you want to have it a level playing field each way. So $15 won't represent $15 everywhere. It's different. So when it came to minimum wage, both of them, I think wages should be higher. Everybody should have an affordable living. But at the same time, I think that should be delegated statewide. But nonetheless, I don't think those were wooing points for them. U.S. can't locate parents due to immigration. 500 kids can't locate their parents due to this ICE, due to this deportation, due to just taking immigrants from their babies, leaving the babies here. Now they don't have parents. This is what's going on right now. Donald Trump supporters, right? He's been doing everything good. How do you guys justify this? The same way he did. Oh, the coyotes, the gangsters. He's talking about the criminals to justify why he took parents from their kids. Oh, they were criminals, they were gangsters, they were coyotes. We took away the catch and release. Catch and release means you take somebody and catch and release means they have 24 hours to report in the state or qualify for their immigration. But when you take that away, you catch them and you deport them. And now they have to get qualifications from their own hometown, which is going to be way harder and probably improbable. So Donald Trump just justified those kids without parents. Gangsters. We got to do what we got to do to eliminate the immigrant gangsters in the country. And Biden appealed to the emotions. Oh, you separated them at the border. That's terrible. We would never do it. But one thing Biden didn't admit was them cages that Trump was talking about. Who built them cages? Who built them facilities to crack down on immigration? It was Obama. Obama's plan to crack down on immigration. He just didn't get to it yet. So again, two faces representing the same party. These niggas are going to do things similarly with distinct differences. Biden is going to give vaccines too. Trump going to give vaccines too. Immigration is going to be cracked down with both of them. Race ain't going to change with both of them. Your health care is going to be similar. Maybe some subtle distinctions. Subtle. 7. Race. Do you understand racism? And I think this was just an alley-oop for Biden because we know Trump don't understand racism. And we know that this is not his strong suit in the category. Biden looked like he understand it. Oh, I don't have to tell my kid to get behind the wheel. And I don't need to hear that you understand the black lifestyle as a white old man. I need you to tell me what the fuck is to be done about it, nigga. What mandates, what sanctions, he was so quick to talk about mandates and sanctions with COVID. What sanctions are you going to have to ensure that the perception of a Negro is different? Nothing. You just want to say, oh, I understand. You did the crime bill, nigga. So while you understand, you still locking niggas up and you still treat niggas like that. Then Trump says he understands. Blame Biden for the crime bill. Some more finger pointing. Calls Biden alleged you called them people super predators, even though Hillary called them super predators. And this nigga said Donald Trump had the nerve to say nobody did more for black people as president than Abe Lincoln. Since Abe Lincoln. So again, patting himself on the back. You got a lot of egotism in this motherfucking debate. Not a lot of ration. When Biden was asked whether or not why he didn't fix racism, he says because of the Republican Congress, they didn't allow him to, which is a logical statement. You can't just pass shit as a president without getting through Congress. If Congress is predominantly Republican, they're going to stifle you. That's what happened a lot in Obama's term. He had a lot of frustration with the Congress. So, the talks on race didn't solve anything for my black ass. I don't know what it did for y'all. I guess y'all feel better with Biden because he told y'all he understands the talk that you guys have. Trump says he's the least racist person in the room. And these niggas is comedy. You need to have popcorn and a joint roll for these niggas. What else? Oh, climate change. The last topic, climate change. How would you combat it? Trillion Trees program is what Trump said. I need to look that up. Again, I'm not political. I the world is political, so I understand the politics within these fields to an extent, to the level in which I need to understand it. But I'm not the political guy immersed in this specific field of politics. They like to call this politics, but the whole world around you is politics. Your world is politics. Your job is politics. When you go try out for the basketball team, it's going to be some politics. The NBA got politics. Every field has politics created their within their structure. So I'm not political to know the Trillion Trees program by heart, or the that he had the best carbon emission numbers in 35 years. This is something we would have to fact check from Donald Trump, but this is what he claims when climate change is brought up. Energy dependent. He says we're more energy dependent than we've ever been, and he says windmills, while they sound cool, force carbon emissions. Biden's argument was that we're going to put more windmills and more solar energy. Trump's argument was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about climate change, but windmills contradict that with the carbon emissions they put out. Something I would have to research. It sounded like Trump knew a little bit about what he was talking about. Just a little, again. Not a lot, just a little. Moral obligation to change climate change. Create jobs by investing in 50,000 charging stations for electric cars. So he's professing electric cars, windmills, and solar energy, which, I can't say I'm neither here nor there. I need to see the results and see the process of it to even have an opinion on what that means for the nation. And then they talk about chemical plants. Chemical plants being positioned in black minority neighborhoods, sickening them. Donald Trump, his excuse, oh, they're getting money. We're paying them. These areas are well paid, good jobs, because they work at chemical plants. They have the job opportunities, but they're being sickened. So Donald Trump, again, showing you his classical businessman motive. I don't give a fuck if they sick. They making money, so that can compensate for their sickness. This is who niggas is voting for? A nigga who don't care about your health at all. And Biden says, don't matter what you paying them, they getting sick. Which I agree with. But again, Biden appeals to your emotion. Trump appeals to Biden appeals to ad hominem, which is talking shit, discrediting Trump, and your emotion. He look you in the camera and tell you why you need to vote for him and try to make y'all think he's a good man. But a real nigga can see through that bullshit. You don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. And right after this presidency, you gonna show that shit like every other president. So, and climate change was the last comment before they had their final statements, the leadership statements. Essentially, Trump said, before COVID, everything was good. The nation was great. That's been his mantra for the last 4 years. Everything's good and great under me. I'm the best. Some of you narcissists love this shit. This is a narcissist dream to have Trump as a president because it's a mirror match. Nigga look like you was up there. I'm great. The country's great. Everything's good. I don't want a narcissist as president. And I don't want a fake nigga as president in Biden. Because he gave you the political bullshit. It's the time to vote. It's the time to represent the people. Who do you guys want representing the people? It's a test of character right now. And neither of you niggas got no character, motherfucker. So with that being said, my whole assessment of the fucking debate was it was another shit show, a little bit more organized. And I think when it came to arguing on topic and debating the topics, Donald Trump did more than Joe Biden. Joe Biden's main attack was appealing to our emotions at home and saying what Donald Trump didn't do. He never gave you guys adequate plans or strategy as to what was to be done, whereas Donald Trump at least shows you some of the things, some of the acts that we can research in which he tried to do, and maybe it does make for the case of what he's talking about. So in my opinion, Donald Trump won the debate, but no way did any of them niggas after this win my vote. I'm not like you niggas by no means, nigga. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do shit. Especially vote in a system of white supremacy. W.E.B. Du Bois said it best. 2 faces, 1 party, nigga. I don't have to vote for these niggas. Especially, I'm not impressed. None of these niggas moved me. Talking shit and finger pointing at 65, 70-year-old men. You niggas look like children. But that's it, man. It's your boy, Dane. This is just my breakdown of the debate. It's another one of those, I'm trying to woo the idiots. That's all it is. How many idiots can I get on this camera by saying whatever the fuck makes them feel good? For Biden, it's middle class America. He's hateful, racist, evil, devil. You must vote for me. For Trump, everything has been great. Everything will continue to be great. They're forcing things. They're crazy. Vote for me and everything will be good. When all of us know either or is the lesser of 2 evils. Lesser is not the most important thing in that statement. Evil is. And I ain't evil. It's your boy Dane, man. Do what you do. This ain't me telling you, hey, don't vote. Or do vote. I believe in free will. I believe in your choice more than you believe in your choice, nigga. Y'all don't even think y'all have a choice. Y'all think y'all have to go vote for Biden as black men and women. Black men and women have been telling me they have to vote for Biden for the sake of their existence? Scary nigga. Scary nigga. Uninformed nigga. Illogical nigga. Oh, I can't even think of 3 reasons why I support Biden without bringing up Trump ass nigga. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black ass nigga. This shit is comedy and sad at the same time. What world am I in? Where am I at? Who put me here? All these fucking binary thinkers. I'll go around, no matter who it is I go around, I'm around binary thinkers. I can't escape it. Black or white. If they black and brown, they just Biden latched on to that old crusty titty of his. And if you white and conservative, you latched on to that old orange titty of his. Either way, you latched on to an evil titty. I'm waiting for Mother Nature, baby. I vote for Mother Nature. Feel me? Fuck all this system shit. It's your boy Dane, man. Peace.